So if you have a broken shaft or you have a ton of shafts, I'm going to show you 3 things, maybe 4, that you can do with these. They're not trash, and you can reuse them for things that are actually functional and are going to help you with your golf game.
Be the right club today. Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is G2. This is 3-Putt Bogey. If you're not a member, subscribe to the channel. Take a minute. Join the community. It only takes a second, especially if you like to see golf club reviews, more videos on repairs, and just general tomfoolery on the golf course. So over the 20-year career that I've had, part-time career, you don't make money as a club maker, that I have gotten with broken shafts. People bring in something like this, right? So they, hey, fix. Okay, well, this shaft has ended its life as being part of a club, but that doesn't mean its life has ended. We can use it for other things. In addition, you can go on eBay, go to your golf shop, whatever it is, and find what they call bulk shaft sales. And you can buy old fitting shafts. You can buy broken shafts. These are still useful, and I'm going to show you a bunch of the things that you can do with them. So let's head over to the bench and see what you can do with this trash or treasure, however you want to look at it.
All right, so let's dig in. So this shaft is a old TaylorMade fitting shaft they use for demos. You can see it's a plus. This is a plus 1 inch in terms of length. They've got the details here. And I got a huge lot of fitting shafts online on eBay. I think it was like 100 of them for $50. So basically 50 cents a shaft, which is ridiculous. So the obvious thing here is once you get these, you got to take everything off, right? So these tips that they have on them, they're just fitting tips, basically just like your driver does now, how it's adjustable and interchangeable. They have the same technology for the iron. So it's really simple. All you do is this is all one piece on here. So you simply just heat it up. You can use a butane torch, propane torch, whatever. All right, so heat it up. Grab yourself a pair of channel locks. We don't care about this tip. Doesn't matter. It's not going to do anything for you. Break it off. Okay, so that's gone. So once you have that off, you're going to take this over to your belt sander and you're going to clean up all the epoxy off of it. You can see here we gave this a nice, clean finish on it. There's a little bit of residue still up there, but not that big of a deal. We're going to get our hook blade and we're going to slice down this grip, take that grip off. Or you can keep the grip on if it's in good shape. These weren't in the best shape. And then we have this leftover tape. The tape is super easy to get off. You could use a hair dryer. You can use a heat gun. I like to be a little faster, so I'm going to use a propane torch. And we're just going to loosen up that adhesive on there. If you do it good enough, you'll actually be able to see where the tape is popping up to letting you know that it's kind of released itself. And we're just going to go up here and we're going to just take it off. All right, then you're going to be left with this kind of glue residue on the top where the tape was. I like to use just normal grip solvent. This was super cheap solvent. It's horrible for grips, but it's great for this. So you just put that on a microfiber and we're going to just run it up and down the shaft and get all the adhesive off. All right, and there we go. So now we have a nice, clean shaft. And we know that this is 1 inch long. Now you can always measure. I typically will get a piece of blue painter's tape. I'll write the length on here and keep it in my my tour bag or my staff bag that has all of my shafts in there, just so if I ever need a 39-inch shaft and the person doesn't really care, you know, what the kind of shaft it is, they just want a S-flex or R-flex or whatever it is, I can pull one out super easy. And to have it for 50 cents and then honestly go back and, charge the customer $10 for it, you know, it's pretty good return on investment. So that's one way you can use them. The other way is if you want to try out a different kind of shaft. With these bags or these bulk sales, you're going to get a ton of options. You can technically make 7 irons, 6 irons, whatever, in whatever flex or shaft style that you want to see, just to test something out. One of my favorite things to do is to make bipods for recording myself on course. And we use this to record some of our on-course videos. I use it when I want to video, my swing at the range or on the course or whatever. And simply, you just take the shaft and you're going to grind off the tip like that so it sticks in the ground. You're going to go online and you're going to grab an adapter that looks like this. And it simply just slides. It actually has a post in it, and it slides perfectly into the butt end of the shaft. So now you stick this in the ground and you have an adapter for your camera. And you can get all these other little adapter pieces. If you know GoPro, you probably have 1,000 of them laying around. So I put that on there and I can use my GoPro. I can use my phone. I can use my DJI, whatever it is. And it just fits perfectly in the bag and it takes up no space whatsoever. Super, super easy, cheap bipod to be able to film yourself on the course. So one of the things as a club maker I constantly end up having to do for customers, friends, myself, is extend golf clubs. Now they sell these little extension adapters. You cut them in half and you basically have 1.5 inches on each side to extend. But what have I found with these is, one, they don't fit really great. So you have to build this up and then glue it in. And the other thing that I found is they're expensive. So one of these is like $3 to $4 a piece. Yeah, you get 2 out of them, but there's a much, much cheaper solution. And it's in these old shafts. So this is one that cracked off. Every shaft has what's called a taper. So there is a point in this shaft where it will fit into the back of the shaft I'm trying to extend. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of find a spot. If you want to do this precisely, you always can. So grab yourself, one of these little micrometers or whatever the hell they're called, I don't know. We're going to measure the inside dimension here, right around 0.56. And then I'll go to the shaft that I'm going to cut. We'll lock this right here so it doesn't move. You can also eyeball this. And you just run this until you kind of hit that spot where they match. So it's right on that step right there is where we're matching. So I know I want to cut them about right here, which is where I was looking. You're just going to grab yourself your grinder, or if you're really lazy, you can use a pipe cutter or a grinding wheel, whatever it is, whatever you use to cut your shaft or anything to cut metal. I would stay away from a hacksaw because they literally take forever. Okay, and then now you've got this bottom end with the big taper that would go into the club head, but you also have this top end now. And what you do is it goes right into this, and now you have an extension. So now I can extend that club. You don't ever want to extend a club more. 2 inches is like pushing it. I always said like 1 inch is kind of where I feel comfortable doing it. And it's super easy to set up. Kind of do something like this, find out where that shaft is gonna intersect. So right about there. And we probably have a little extra on this, but it's not gonna hurt anything. So everything down here, you're gonna take to your belt sander and you're gonna scuff it up, abrade it. Like so. So now you can see the difference in that roughed up side versus the polished side. And the reason you do that is you wanna have something for the glue to hold on to. The epoxy doesn't hold as great on this as it does on this. So epoxy it up, put it in there, let the epoxy dry, and then now you have an extended club. So if we wanted to add 1 inch on this, we would just basically cut it right there, and we've extended our clubs 1 inch. This doesn't impact swing weight, doesn't make any noise, so you won't hear any rattles up here or anything like that. Once the epoxy sets, it'll be totally fine, totally good to play with. And that is one of my favorite things to do with extra shafts is to make extensions. And since we did that, I'm probably just gonna lop this baby off here so I have another extension laying around. Free extensions. There's no need to throw this stuff out. Now this we can probably throw out because it's not useful anymore, but there are tons of uses, especially if you're in club making. This one is going to be the one that saves you a ton of money, especially when you think that I charge someone for a shaft extension $10 per shaft. If they're doing a full set, I give them a break and it is $100 for a full set instead of $130. It's zero cost in the extension. The one thing that I will say you want to look out for is to make sure that it's not rusting inside if you're going to be using it as a shaft extension. And the easiest way to do it is just look down and you'll be able to see. If it looks shiny, it's great. It never hurts to go through and you know, run a pad of grip solvent through it just to clean it out, maybe oil. If you're a gunsmith and you have a, you know, a cleaning rod, something like that, with a you know, a shotgun, like probably like a 410 shotgun jag, something like that, just to clean it out. Never hurt anyone to do that. And yeah, well, there you go.
So there you go. 4 ways that you can reuse, recycle old or broken or demo golf shafts for that matter. If you're into club making, this is a hack that you need to know, and hopefully it helps you save a little overhead cost. So until next time, make sure that you swing as hard as you can, just in case you hit the ball. G2 out.